Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. I am finally doing a declutter video. It is time for me to do this. I've been so good about getting rid of excess makeup in my collection up until recently. I don't know what happened. It's just really gone out of control. So we're finally doing it. This video is going to be formatted in such a way where I group together palettes of a similar color scheme. Probably get mad at myself for a bit for buying the same palette 3 or more times, and then decide which one to keep and which one to get rid of. I want to get rid of at least 10 eyeshadow palettes today, so fingers crossed I can find it within my soul to do that. A couple of disclaimers before I start this video up. First off, if you're somehow stumbling upon this video and you're wondering, why on earth is this girl talking so much about her beat up old eyeshadow palettes? This is just kind of a thing in the beauty community. I find these videos, I love these videos, and I think other people do too, because they kind of give you a, realistic idea of how people feel about eyeshadow palettes as opposed to the whole initial excitement type of thing. Please stay up. Please stay up. We need you up. Second of all, this video is not going to have any drugstore palettes in it, and that's not because I'm your classic MUA CJ jerk, but because I have a huge project coming up with drugstore items. I cannot wait to put it up on my channel. Oh my gosh, I think it's going to be great. So yeah, that's coming later. This video is just going to be high-end for now. Number 3, I'm not featuring any problematic brands in this video. I've decided, after putting up that last video where I talked about how we're giving too much exposure to problematic brands, I realized, well, I better put my money where my mouth is and not include those brands in today's video. That does not mean that I believe in throwing away makeup that you bought just because a brand turns out to be shady. In fact, I believe the opposite. Use it up, but if you have any kind of influence, you might want to consider, do you want to continue advertising that brand? This is all personal preference, but that's my choice, and those brands won't be in this video today. But anyway, let's get into it. I want to start with these classic neutrals. So I have the original Urban Decay Naked, Too Faced Chocolate Bar, and then the Lorac Pro Original. So like I just said, I need to put this in here, hold on. I also have the Smith & Cult Noon Sweet. This is kind of new. I got this on sale, but it definitely fits into these color schemes. So I'm going to keep that since that's fairly new. So we'll just move that out of the way for now. I'm definitely keeping the Urban Decay Naked. I can't get rid of it. It's a classic. This is one of few palettes that I've hit pan on, which means I've used it an awful lot in my life, and I love it. I'm probably going to keep it past its expiration date just for the nostalgia of it, and I think that's true of a lot of people. Alright, the Too Faced Chocolate Bar. I think I'm going to get rid of this. I just don't use it that much. It's a good palette, but this is a terrible, terrible shade that makes me angry. Look at that. Let's see how much I had to dig in that, and you can tell I haven't used this palette a ton. It's only okay. I feel like this was really fun at the time because it smelled like chocolate. Wow. I don't know. I'm sure I can find somebody who will enjoy it more than I do, and I think I'm going to get rid of the Lorac as well, the Lorac Pro. I use this, honestly, not that often, but this is that powdery formula that I don't particularly love, so yeah, I'm going to get rid of those. Okay, so now we've got some warmer tone neutrals, and I really actually quite like the Too Faced Semi-Sweet Chocolate Bar. This is my favorite of the chocolate bar series, so I'm definitely keeping this one. This is the Marc Jacobs Starlet, and this is a MAC, what's this called? Devilishly Dark Quad. Ooh, I had forgotten how buttery and smooth that Marc Jacobs palette is. Yeah, God, that's such a nice palette. How did I forget that? I'm gonna get rid of the MAC palette, but I think I'm gonna put this in a maybe pile. Yeah. Alright, here are some cooler toned palettes. This is the Urban Decay Naked 2, Urban Decay Naked Smoky, Makeup Forever, what's this called? Hold on. 9 Artist Shallow Palette, 9 Artist Shadow, okay. And then the MAC in the Flesh. What's funny about looking at these side by side is I realized I've actually gotten a lot of use out of these palettes, and I think it's because cool tones are a little harder to come by, When it comes to the more neutrals, and especially the warmer tone neutrals that are on trend, I think I have those shades 1,000 times over, but I actually don't think I have too many of these shades. So let me just be honest about the fact that I'm not getting rid of the Naked 2 because I default to it when I know I'm going to use a cool toned look. So I think about it a lot. I can't get rid of it. I get confused when doing makeup looks. I'm going to keep the Naked Smoky because honestly I love it. Honestly, I love the Naked Smoky. I really do. I got a lot of use out of the Makeup Forever. That's actually incredible quality. And this was the palette I bought most recently, probably about a year ago at this point. I like it, but I don't reach for it. I don't reach for it. And I think that when it comes down to these two side by side, I'm surprised how similar they are, actually. That's Makeup Forever, that's MAC. Ooh, this is turning out to be harder than I thought it would be. Ooh. Oh, I don't know. I'm gonna put both of these in a maybe pile. Yeah, I don't know. I'm calling this next set the warm-toned Peachy neutrals. The Too Faced Just Peachy is an incredible palette, and I really tend to like mattes, so that one I'm absolutely keeping. No question about it. I use that every stinking day, but this should tell you how I use eyeshadow. I use this so often, and that's how used it looks. I also absolutely love the original Lime Crime Venus. It's not going anywhere, and you know what's funny? In doing this declutter, I realized, look how complementary these two are to each other. I had never noticed this. I want to use these two together. Now I'm inspired. I'm doing that today. So yes, these are keeps. I'm getting rid of this. I don't like it. I don't like it. I regret that I bought it. I'd probably hate it less if I wasn't so mad at myself for getting sucked into the hype. This one, I'm going to keep this for now, simply because it's fairly new and I feel like I should get some use out of it, but I feel like this will probably eventually end up in a declutter. It'll either end up in a declutter or it'll end up a travel favorite, but I need to give it a little bit more use before I get rid of it. Burnt oranges. Boy, these were on trend for a while. I think we're finally starting to see the decline in this being quite as popular as it was. I need to start making sure I say the names of these. So, Juvia's Place Saharan, Morphe 350, Zoeva Mattes, Urban Decay Naked Heat, and Smashbox Ablaze. I'm going to say first off, I love the Naked Heat. It's not going anywhere. I love this palette. I don't care how many people say that it gives you the same look, because it does. But if you really love those colors, it's incredible. This is not those intense oranges that can kind of go the wrong way if you're not careful. It's just, I feel like it's foolproof. But like I said, I'm an Urban Decay junkie. I don't think I've gotten rid of any Urban Decay yet. I also absolutely love the Smashbox Ablaze, this little mini cover shot. These are so cute, and the quality is great. This was their best-selling palette. I think they just released a whole collection based off of this. I love it. It's not going anywhere. As for the other three, yeah, that Morphe thing needs to go. It needs to go. I don't love the Juvia's Place Saharan, but I think that it's probably absolutely stunning on deeper skin tones, and it's just, it's that situation of, well, I maybe didn't buy a palette that quite suits me, but I'm gonna keep it, because I have been doing other people's makeup just for fun. I need to have a palette that'll work on deeper skin tones. And I'm going to keep the Zoeva. I'm keeping a lot from this. We're just getting rid of the Morphe. These are surprisingly nice. A very difficult brand to get in the United States, but really nice quality. Oh, the burgundies. How many times can one possibly get talked into buying the same color scheme? So we have the Balms Meet Matrimony, Natasha Denona Star, Patrick Star, Goal Getter. Yeah, Goal Getter. Dose of Colors, Blushed Berries, Anastasia Beverly Hills, Modern Renaissance, and Huda Beauty Rose Gold Original. I don't know why Huda Beauty re-released this, because I actually love this palette. I actually love it. I don't like the mattes, but I do like all of these colors here. I don't know if that means it's worth $65, but I love them. I'm definitely keeping that one. I'm keeping the Modern Renaissance because I can't get rid of it. I need it for, like, swatch comparisons. Oh my god, am I actually getting rid of nothing here? I'm being terrible with these. I do like the way these look on. I'm keeping the Natasha Denona Star. It's not my favorite. It's not my favorite, but I want it, and it makes me happy when I think about that, so yeah, I'm keeping that. This is the only balm palette that I have left. I've gotten rid of every other one. This is good quality. I'm gonna keep it. I'm gonna do it. I'm keeping it. I don't love this palette. Let it go. Let it go. Let it go. And then this is too new. I'm enjoying it for now. Yeah. We're calling this next group the softs, the soft pinks, what have you. So I have the Urban Decay Naked 3, Cover Shots by Smashbox in Soft Light, Too Faced Boudoir Eyes, and then a Dior Naughty Girl palette. I gotta say that I honestly I love the Naked 3. You'll either love it or you'll hate it. I happen to love it. I think it is beautiful. It is particularly pretty over glitter glue. It's not going anywhere again. I don't know if I'll ever get rid of Urban Decay palettes in this video, at least. Do I want to get rid of Boudoir Eyes? No, I think I'm going to keep this too. I got rid of a whole bunch of these small Too Faced palettes recently, and this one and the Natural Matte are the only one that I have left. So yeah, I'm going to keep this. I do like it. And then we have these two. I think I'm going to get rid of both of these. There's a couple swatches of this palette, so you can see that it's just, you know, it's really a soft palette. I think that somebody out there will probably love it, so I just need to find them. Now, I recently put this Dior Naughty Girl in a rediscovered video, but I think I'm gonna give this away. I actually have somebody in mind for this. Mainly because I do like it. It's that situation of I want to share this with somebody, so this is kind of a weird one to have in a declutter video because I actually like it, but I think somebody else that I have in mind can get more use from it than I do. Alright, now we're doing some neutral matte palettes. This is the It Cosmetics Naturally Pretty, Urban Decay Naked Basics, Too Faced Natural Matte, and then Urban Decay Ultimate Naked Ultimate Basics. This was a product palette that I rediscovered. It's so stinking good. If you guys see this at Nordstrom Rack for like the $10 they were selling it for, I highly recommend it. It's so good. And I like that it complements my other matte palettes because maybe you can see it's really not quite the same colors. I guess there's some similarities. This is probably my most used of these palettes, the Naked Basics. You know what? I'm going to get rid of this. Yeah, I'm going to get rid of this and force myself to use some of my other palettes because I've got transition shades in other places. Why am I keeping this? I love so much the It Cosmetics Naturally Pretty. I've talked about this many times on my channel. I think it is a gorgeous palette. It is one of those softer effect type of palettes, which is why I got rid of the other two that I just showed you in the last segment. This is the one I'm keeping. Ultimate Naked Basics. I think I want to try using this for a bit. Like, get rid of this one and see if I can make use of this, because look, I haven't even, look at that, look at this, I have never used the brush. That's ridiculous. So I want to try to use this a little more before I get rid of it. We'll just get rid of the Naked Basics for now. You know, I'm gonna put this in the maybes. This next section I'm calling palettes that look more colorful than they actually are. These are the palettes where you see the really enhanced colors on the Sephora website and you think, oh my gosh, that is going to be a stunning palette. And then you get it and you realize it's really just kind of more neutral. Now, I think that some people will really enjoy these, so please know I'm not coming for this type of palette, but I need to get rid of a lot here because I have way too much. I actually have 4 more that I'm going to cram in that kind of fit in here, kind of don't. So let's just get into talking about what these are. I've got the Marc Jacobs Vamp, Lime Crime Venus 2, Anastasia Mario Palette, Lorac 2, Stila, Eyes Are the Window, what is this one? Eyes Are the Window to the Spirit, Este Edit, whatever that one was called, that's discontinued now, and then the Bare Minerals, Rady Eyeshadow in the Soft and the Smoky. Lime Crime Venus 2 is absolutely my favorite out of all of these. It is an incredibly good quality palette. These colors are so unique. I don't think I own anything like Mustard anywhere. These swatch absolutely horrendously. They look like they're absolutely nothing, but they're gorgeous on the eyes. This is an absolute keeper for me. But I'm going to get rid of the Marc Jacobs Vamp. As nice as the quality is here, and these really are truly stunning colors, they're that color scheme that I don't like. That's that kind of deep, kind of trying to be color, but not. That is totally personal preference, and I know somebody will love this palette, so they can have it. Along the same lines, I'm getting rid of this Stila Eyes. Look at how similar this is to the Mario palette, by the way. Mario's going in a maybe pile because I don't know what to do with it. I've never loved that palette, but I feel like there's no way to go about getting rid of that without breaking hearts. It's like somebody's gonna get upset. I'm gonna get rid of the Lorac Pro 2. I don't love it. I don't love it. It's too powdery. Look at how ugly the packaging looks. It's so beaten up for a palette that I don't really love. That's why I don't like powdery eyeshadow. This is a really nice little Bare Minerals palette. The quality of these is incredible. Let me do some swatches. Oh my gosh, I hope I'm not getting eyeshadow all over our bed. That's another one of those palettes where I think I'm going to get rid of it so that somebody else can enjoy it. This Este Edit palette is gorgeous. These are the way that I like my deep colors to be. If I'm going to have deep colors, they're so soft and silky. It's too bad this collection completely bombed. What was this called? The Gritty Eye palette. What an absolute utter disaster of a collection. Just horrendous. Why would you have Kendall Jenner? Why not Kylie? I don't know. I don't know what they did wrong, but it did not work. Anyway, let's move on to these. Let me just take this one out because it kind of, I don't know where to fit this guy. This is the Sugar Pill Edward Scissorhands palette. I've been sitting on this and kind of hoarding it because I actually love it. The quality is incredible and I don't want to use it because it's discontinued, which is silly. And that's silly. I need to use it. I regret buying this Makeup Forever Artist Volume 2 palette so much. I think I used it once. I put it right back in the packaging. It's not that it's a bad palette. It's actually a fantastic palette. I just completely didn't need it. So I'm going to give this to somebody who will enjoy it a whole lot more than I have. It's just, why did that swatch terribly? It looks awful. Anyway, getting rid of that. Keeping the Lorac Pirates palette. I need to keep some Lorac, and I think there's a lot of unique colors in this. I really do. You know, again, it may not be my favorite formula, but geez, way to do a Kim Kardashian swatch here. But I enjoy this. This is a really fun palette. What was here? I don't even remember. Keeping that. This is new to my collection. This is, I forgot to tell you guys what these are, didn't I? This is the Pretty Fun and Fearless Ciate London Chloe Morello palette. This is incredibly good. How come nobody talks about this? How come nobody talks about this formula? This is my first ever Ciate London palette, and it's incredible. I have this tendency to love palettes that swatch horribly but look beautiful. Anyway, this is new to my collection. I have no regrets about buying it. I got this on sale at Sephora, and then I used like a Retail Me Not 15 cashback offer, so I think I paid like $17 for this. Ugh, I love it. So glad I got this. So I started putting together some palettes that I wasn't sure where I would put them. And then as I looked at the pile, I was like, oh, these all speak for themselves. These are all kind of one color toned palettes. And I love all of them, so I'm not getting rid of any of these palettes whatsoever, but I thought I would share them with you guys. This is the Marc Jacobs Tease. It's an incredibly nice palette. These purples are gorgeous. And the Mac Patrick Star Summer Collection is also gorgeous. Got all the purples that I need. You know, these blue palettes, I love all of them. This is my only Christian Dior palette that I still have. I got rid of quite a few because they are very light colors on, what is this, 374 Blue Lagoon. But I like this one. It's a really fun, very light on the eyes palette, but I enjoy it. This is the Bobbi Brown Peace, Love, and Beach. These are such beautiful shimmer tones. What on earth is a shimmer tone? What language am I speaking? Kind of more like toppers, realistically. They're so glittery. Did I just swatch over the one that I meant to? Anyway, you can't really see these, but I like them. They're very Bobbi Brown, if you've ever had a Bobbi Brown eyeshadow. And then this MAC in the Glades. What a massively underappreciated palette this one was. I love these colors so much. So yeah, keeping all of these. I'm just calling these palettes eyeshadow toppers because that's literally what they are. The Urban Decay Moon Dust is so incredibly fun. I love this palette so much. It is not eyeshadow though, and that's why it doesn't have the best rating. These are really meant to be toppers, but they're very bold, beautiful. This is going absolutely nowhere. This one, however, Jouer Skinny Dip palette. These are supposed to be beautiful topper colors. This is one of those palettes that I'm mad at myself for buying because I just did not need to buy this. But what happened is I really enjoyed the foundation from Jouer. The Essential High Coverage Foundation. So I said, okay, I want to buy more of their products. Maybe these influencers haven't been lying. I don't think the influencers have been lying, but I kind of feel like it was a little left out how repetitive these are. These are not unique in any way. They may seem like they're toppers, and I guess they are, but I feel like they're basically just shimmers. So I regret it. I'm gonna put it in a maybes for now just because it's pretty new to my collection, but I can't see myself keeping this long term. Let's chat about my favorites. I have so many colorful palettes that I don't know where to start with these. But we're gonna try. Let's actually do the two Visearts together. I have the Editorial Brights and the Dark Mattes, and I'm keeping both of these because they are my favorite palettes ever. I love these so much. They blend beautifully. Oh my gosh. Love, love, love. If you like colors, you probably need these, although I hate using that phrasing, but they're so good. And I think what it is with these, and the reason I love these so darn much, is because it is so hard to make a matte, and to make a colorful matte is even more difficult. These may be $80 palettes each, but because they work so well, I never have to worry about it again. I can do any colorful look. I have the perfect blending mattes. I love these so, so much. Let me just get this one out of the way because I don't know if I've ever really shown this on camera. I'm not getting rid of this. This is the Alice Through the Looking Glass palette by Urban Decay, and it's not going anywhere, although I don't use it. Look, just give me my one palette that I have for decoration. I know it's ridiculous. I know it's ridiculous. It's completely absurd. I don't need to do that. I'm literally doing that with this palette because I'm Alice. That's it. Give me my one palette for looks. That's all I ask. Okay, I'm in the process of trying to figure out how to sort these when I have so many. And you know what's really interesting is that, like, almost all of these are actually truly different colors. So, I don't think I'm going to get rid of too many here. This is my favorite color scheme in the world. But I am going to talk about each one of them, and I am going to get rid of one of them. First off, the Urban Decay Heavy Metals palette. It's not going anywhere. This is such a good quality palette. These are kind of deeper, bold colors, kind of like the Urban Decay After Dark. Those are the only ones that I would say are similar, but I'm keeping both of them because I love both of them. The Juvia's Place Masquerade kind of has a similar vibe to it as the Urban Decay Heavy Metals, and that you have all these colors over here, and then you have these neutrals. This is an incredible, incredible palette. The only thing I wish with this is that the shadows wore a little bit longer, but they're so pretty that I can't get rid of it. It's got these unique colors that are really, really fun to play with, and I believe in having fun with makeup, so that one's staying. Oh man, it's so hard to deal with these mirrors. In the process of trying to figure out how to group these, I think that these guys are the most similar. I did compare. Are these the two I compared in a video? I feel like they are. You actually can get very similar looks from the Huda Beauty Electric Obsessions palette and the Juvia's Place Masquerade, but I love both of them. I'm keeping both of them. Now, with the Too Faced Life's a Festival, you get a much lighter look, but you have some really, really fun colors in here, kind of more duochrome shifts. I adore this palette. I have had so much fun with it. These are much lighter colors and more fun duochromes, so it's a whole different look that you have going on with it. Very, very unique. Very unique palette. Absolutely love it. Urban Decay, Kristen Leanne. This one is discontinued. What happened here? How did I get some color into that. These are some of the world's creamiest eyeshadows. Just, God, these are so high quality. Oh, I love this palette. And then I guess we've got a couple of brights left. This is the Urban Decay Full Spectrum, and I'm getting rid of it. I don't need it because I have the Smashbox Cover Shot in bold, and this is actually incredible, and it has all the colors that I like in the full spectrum, so I can finally get rid of this darn palette. And I'm keeping the electric. This is another one that I'm keeping for life. It's an incredible palette if you ever see that. If you're into colors and you see that one on sale, I would definitely recommend it. And that right there is why I don't use that Makeup Forever palette I showed you guys earlier, because there's the blue and the pink that I need. Done. And a purple, like this has everything in it, so yeah. Yep. Alright, let's recap what I'm getting rid of. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, getting rid of 15 palettes. I feel like I could have done better, but let's take a look at these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. What I'm gonna do with these maybes, rather than make myself decide right now, I'm gonna play with them and make a decision later. Alright guys, I'm not gone yet. I was going back through everything, and I thought, you know, I'm thinking about all these people I want to give away these palettes to. I might as well give away one of these to you guys. So I went ahead and pulled the one that I think is actually the best quality, and one of you can have it. I'm gonna give the Marc Jacobs Vamp to the first person to comment below that wants it. US only for this. You know, I do my big giveaways international, but I can't afford to do everything international. And there's some swatches. You can see that is a gorgeous palette, and after swatching, it's a little hard to get rid of, so I really do want it to go to somebody that, you know, I appreciate for being a subscriber. Those of you that have clicked the bell will see this first. So, yeah, just make sure you agree to the terms and conditions below, and one person can have this. I really appreciate you guys. You make it so much fun to run this channel, to speak my mind, and just kind of want to say thank you. If you are missing this, if you're too late to win this one, make sure you check out my Instagram, because I have yet another giveaway going on. I feel like I have so much makeup, so please take some of it. And as always, thank you for watching. Make sure you like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace out, YouTube.